All right, back for another off-season week. Honestly, we're kind of on a roll right now. This feels good, but no weeks off. Sam LaPorta, awesome interview. That guy's the man, best tight end in the NFL.
Sam Lagoda, the GOAT.
I love that. First off, NCAA football officially coming out. We have yet to discuss that. This is going to be awesome, first off. Second off, the fact that you can opt out of the video game. Like, do you think anyone would ever opt out? That's
what's
a question to you.
I saw something that was like only a certain amount of people are getting paid from it.
Makes sense.
So I wonder, how do you determine, like, what if someone's a bubble guy? Like, on the bubble getting paid or not? How do you determine who gets that money and who doesn't? Like, do you think they have played a certain amount of snaps, certain amount of touchdowns, yardage? It's interesting. I don't know how they're going to do it. I thought they were just going to pay everyone. That's what they originally were doing. They must have made a new thing for it, but it is electric. It is one of the greatest video games ever. That is a game you grew up. That's where you settled arguments for a lot of people, was NCAA.
Yeah.
So
what if anyone does opt out? I think I'm going to actively root against them as a player moving forward. I'm going to go all in on just that they're the worst human on the planet.
Look, is that actually a thing? You can opt out of it?
Yeah, well, you got to opt in because some people feel like they aren't getting paid enough. So it's like, all right, you don't have to opt in. If you feel like you aren't getting paid enough, you just won't be in the video game. We'll just make you a generic player.
It's opting in, not opting out.
Correct. But if you don't opt in, you're opting out.
Are you just spreading fake news now?
No, this is legit. Have you seen how they've been posting? Like, I opted in. Like, they're
like in the game.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. I love it.
But if you don't opt in and you're a big player just because you think you deserve more money, I hate you.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, though. I think there's going to be a lot of guys that opt out because, like, there's going to be guys who maybe don't play a lot that are going to opt in because they get sick, and the guys who are legit are going to be like, "Fuck this! If these guys are opting in, I'm opting out."
That's so stupid. It's like, wouldn't you want to be in a video game?
Yeah.
That's probably the most anticipated video game in a long, long time.
It's between that and GTA 6.
Yeah.
It's
that's awesome.
I would say, yeah, it's pretty nuts. It's crazy. I think I don't know. Like, when I think of someone opting out of this video game, the number one person that comes to my head is Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
He's just a little shitbag.
The worst. Man.
I shouldn't say. I say that back. I don't mean he's a shitbag. He's probably a good dude.
Nope.
He's just like, that's where I go into my NIL spew about how it just makes guys arrogant because they get so much fucking money and they're still an amateur. So I'm not going to do it. We're not going to do it today.
Best thing I saw this last night. I meant to send it in our chat, but this guy was like, when the Bears draft Caleb Williams and he's just getting his nails done at a salon.
Dude. Oh, can we talk just really fast? Do you think they should get Caleb Williams, or do you think they should trade down and get Marvin Harrison?
Trade.
Okay, cool. That's what I thought.
I'm full blown Justin Fields. One, because I don't like Caleb. I don't think he's like anything crazy. Mostly because everywhere he goes, they only play offense. If he stayed at OU, I probably would have thought differently. Because OU quarterbacks at least pan out. USC, though, it's like, dude, no one in the Pac-12 played a lick of defense. He went 7-5 with making $2 million a year. Like even end of the season, his teammates were like, "Oh, we're a team again." When the backup was in for the bowl game, I don't know. A lot of red flags, and I don't think Justin's that bad. We have no line and no weapons besides DJ Moore.
I'm just gonna bring. If anyone's watching this, it was 70 degrees today in Chicago, which is absurd in February. And tomorrow it's supposed to snow. And I guess that is bringing in severe weather. So there's lightning in the background coming off the lake. I have no idea what's going to happen. But this weekend it's supposed to be nice again. So
I honestly think that was right above me because right when it flashed, the thunder happened right here.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's freaking go then.
Sweet. Not too far, man.
Oh, whoa. My coworker just texted me saying there's tornadoes touching down right now.
Oh, that would be sweet. If that got caught on the pod, this would go pretty viral.
Yeah, because I'm in a water spout zone. Some water spout come off the lake.
Oh man, what if half your apartment just got ripped to shreds?
That'd be terrifying.
Yeah, no, I don't hope that.
Yes, thank you.
That was just a what if.
Yep, right. Classic what if. What were we gonna do? Drafts? We were gonna do
Court Storm.
I was very anti-ban Court Storm after Caitlin Clark got injured. Or not injured, but she got hit pretty hard by a crazed fan. But now the fact that Duke is freaking out because first off, they lost. Was it Wake Forest?
Yep.
They lost to Wake Forest. Obviously, the fans have a right to – okay, but as a biased Caitlin Clark answer, they deserve to storm the court when they beat Caitlin Clark. She's the greatest basketball player in the history of mankind. Wake Forest had a right to storm the court because they beat Duke, who's a very good basketball team. And the fact that this coach comes running out the sideline like someone just got absolutely punched in the face or something. And this guy is like, first off, the video kind of looks like he pushed one of the fans. But like, over dramatic. If this guy plays, let me just say, if this guy plays in the next game, where is it? Flip Lukowski, or whatever his name is. It was like, you know what I'm talking about? That's the player.
Kyle Filipowski.
Or Kyle Filipowski. If he plays in the next game, that was the biggest drama show I've ever seen in my life. He might as well go back to acting class, man.
Well, so here's the funny thing now, and here's my take on it. So Caitlin Clark, I think this boosted her NBA draft stock because Kyle Filipowski is supposed to be a lottery pick in the NBA draft. He is so soft, and Caitlin Clark is way tougher because when this happened to Caitlin Clark, she also ran into a fan. Kyle Filipowski tripped a fan and then said, "Oh, my ankle." And then it wasn't his ankle, so they said, "Oh, his knee is hurt." Because it's typical Duke fashion, try and get all the fun banned unless they get to have their fun. Oh, my ankle hurts. My knee hurts. Oh, he's going to get an MRI. And then today it was just sore at practice, like full practice, but it was just sore. Like, come on, man. So Caitlin Clark is the GOAT. I think she just jumped. She's a lottery pick in the NBA. She's tougher than the guys are in this draft class.
Yeah, she's tougher than anyone in the NBA right now. Gosh, that league sucks. NBA sucks. Oh my gosh, I can't stand the NBA. I don't understand how people like it.
LeBron's the worst. So you know how Bronny's a freshman at USC?
Yeah.
He had a tweet a year ago, and it was like, "Damn, Bronny's already better than half the people in the NBA right now." And then somebody tweeted his stats and how he dropped out of the mock draft. And he was like, "Just let the boy work in silence, man."
Yeah, dude. Poor Bronny's like the fact that he has to live up to his dad's tweet expectations, like the way he's making him seem like he's going to be, and when he gets in the NBA and he's a humongous disappointment, people are going to be so pissed off.
That's like one of the best jokes. How LeBron was like, I didn't want him to wear 23, so no one knew who he was on the court. It's like, yeah, no one will know who LeBron James Jr. is.
That is such an awesome tweet. Gosh, dude.
He does give. He's a comedian and he doesn't even know it.
No, you know who was sick? Tyrese Halliburton. He's sweet. He actually fucking tries. Something that he made the NBA All-Star team. Jalen Brunson, nasty.
Oh, Brunson's number one. Yeah, I owe an apology to Brett Blum, the Iowa State reporter. I shit on his take that Halliburton was a top 10 player in the NBA. He's a top 10 player.
Yeah. And they need to get rid of the NBA All-Star game. They mean, honestly, at this point, they should just suspend the NBA to ever play again for the next 5 years if you're scoring 400 points in an All-Star game. Like, what is fun? What makes it meaningful to make an All-Star team anymore? If you literally don't. It's like playing.
But it's like Pro Bowl. It just means you're top 20, but like the game sucks, but it's like a cool, like, hey, you're good.
Yeah, but at least the Pro Bowl, like you're hitting people. You have to make a move.
Not anymore.
Well, was the flag football game?
Yeah.
That's the flag football game is more competitive than the NBA All-Star game.
That's true.
Like Jalen Ramsey's smoking people. He smoked Tyreek Hill. At least they're doing stuff. Like the NBA, they're not trying. There's no meaning to it anymore. It's almost like the games are like that. Then the All-Star games, you're playing pickup at the YMCA.
They should do like tackle 21, like we used to do in the backyards, like growing up. There's no ref out there. Let it roll a ball, and then 4-player versus 21. No fouls, all rules. Anything goes.
I agree.
I'd tune in.
I'd 100% tune in. Or they just get rid of the NBA as a whole and make slam ball.
Yes.
The slam ball is fucking sweet. All right, enough NBA talk. What else is in the news? What else is in current status?
Hoops, the last time we recorded, we held the lead against Michigan State. Saturday, we blew it. And tonight, here's my prediction. We tip off in 30 minutes. Here's my prediction. When you're listening to this, Iowa will have won 83-68.
You think they're going to put up 83 points? That's a shit.
Every game. I think we average 83.6.
Love it. If you're listening to this, I predict that the men's baseball team will win the College World Series next year.
I actually bet on that.
That's elite. But yeah, what was the other argument we had? Sub shops.
Sub shops.
It's a good question, and I think it's a very relevant question because there is plenty of sub shops, and it's regional. There's some sub shops that are national. So I don't know if I can. Are we saying they have to be national? We're going to rank them. We're not going to do a draft that takes too long.
No. I think we just debate it. What's your number one?
Are we saying national?
Oh, yeah.
You can find it in any state.
Big four. It's Jersey Mike's, Jimmy John's, Potbelly, Subway are the big four.
Potbelly's not in there.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely the big four.
No, it's not.
It's in the South.
No, it's not.
We got Potbelly like every day for lunch in Dallas.
They didn't have Potbellies in South Carolina.
All right. Well, our listeners all have Potbelly.
All right. Fine.
I don't know. Was there one in Iowa City?
No, there was not a Potbellies in Iowa City. I would have gone to that every single day if there was Potbellies in Iowa City.
Potbelly, Iowa City.
Dude, we had to drive 40 minutes to get Five Guys.
And Jersey Mike's. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go to Davenport.
Yeah, dude. Davenport had everything.
And Canes.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I had Jersey Mike's for the first time ever when I lived in South Carolina. Ever. I don't know, man. I'll go Jersey Mike's.
Yeah.
Popeyes is a close second. Subway used to be my favorite. Now it's last.
Yep.
And Jimmy John's my third. Is there no
Boom.
debate there?
No debate. That's easily 1, 2, 3, 4. At
Like,
Subway today. That's what sparked my mind. They put less meat on it now because of inflation.
Subway's lost their touch, man. They
it's like a trash can of a sandwich.
I used to like genuinely be excited to go to Subway after like football practice, and now if Subway's the only thing left, I'm like, fuck.
I'll tell you what, though, Mike's Way. I just want to shake Mike's hand for that creation.
I was
That's
just gonna
beautiful.
say, Jersey Mike's is number one because of Mike's Way,
Yes,
and you have to throw bacon and mayo on there too.
Mike, you beautiful soldier.
But sometimes they do douse it too much in the vinaigrette and become soggy. There's got to be that in between where it's like a couple dabs.
Well, that's like getting your beef wet. Your beef
Yeah,
dipped.
but like if you're gonna get it soaked, you might as well get like, can I get the Mike's Way drowned instead of just the Mike's Way where it's like a little damp?
Yeah.
Dude,
Hey, are you gonna go on Saturday?
To the Northwestern game?
Northwestern Iowa. Chicagoland, stand up. The Hawks are coming.
We'll see. Who's all going?
I'm going with my dad.
Is BP and not BP, Big B and Powers going?
I don't know, man. Golf. Yeah. It's golf weather Saturday.
I know it does look pretty dang nice. Hopefully the storm rolls through. But and the tornado touchdown in Aurora.
Oh,
yeah, it's far.
It's kind of close to work.
But yeah, hands down. I will also say this.
Plus a cheesesteak. Come on, what a menu! What a great menu, Jersey. Man, Mike is awesome.
I will go up there. I just don't think there's a lot of sandwiches or anything. And this is I don't know if it's a hot take. A Portillo's beef, not soaked, but damp, a little dipped, with extra sweet peppers.
Hey, did you guys ever have bebops? Like, if you guys ever visited Moss or something?
No.
All right, bebops. I think that's my favorite fast food place in America. Like, that beats In-N-Out for a burger.
You want to hear a humongous hot take, and I think we should do this for our next episode because it is Lent. And Lent Fridays are known as fish fries. You're not supposed to eat red meat on Lent. Cod dinners, or just fish in general. I want to try the McDonald's filet of fish. I've heard it's incredible.
Really?
Yes, which is shocking. This is my hot take. This is the most underrated fast food meal that I've ever had in my entire life. And it's not even close. And I used to get so much shit for this in college. I would order this outside of Lent. Culver's cod dinner. Fried cod, extra coleslaw.
Dude, they're massive.
Yeah. Extra coleslaw, the fries. It is one of the best fried fish dinners I have ever had in my life. And it's never, ever failed. The batter, beer batter. It's like their onion rings. Fish, always fresh. Probably not, but it tastes fresh. Fries, phenomenal. Maybe throw in a little Oreo concrete mixer. But that is, I'm telling you, whoever's listening, their cod dinner is unbelievable. And even their cod sandwich is really good. Culver's.
Yeah, Culver's. I forgot Culver's and Bebops are probably 1 and 2 for a burger.
What do you think the number? You take out Chick-fil-A. What's your top 3 fast food joints?
I go In-N-Out.
No, they have to be in the Midwest too.
Oh, okay. Just take out Chick-fil-A?
Just Chick-fil-A.
Oh man, right now I'm literally eating Qdoba right now.
Bang.
Culver's.
Yep.
And Portillo's.
That's my top 3, man.
We're thinking the same. Sub shops, fast food shops.
Dude, not even close. Like those 3 are 100%.
Chipotle. We have been eating.
Here's the counter of them. Chipotle, we've talked about this, can hit really hard, misses even harder. What's the what would you say Culver's? Who's like Freddy's maybe?
Man, could be. Freddy's is actually, I don't see those often. Culver's is in a league of its own.
Culver's is up there. Portillo's,
just it's hard full extensive menu.
They got everything. I mean, McDonald's is great. It's easy, but it just doesn't feel like it's. I mean, obviously, it's not good for you. But like the other fast food joints don't feel like they're that. Doba's not bad for you. Doba's actually good for you.
It's awesome, and they've been making a mean ball.
Those listening, Forster was a humongous Chipotle fan until he tried Qdoba about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
2 months ago, his first day you lived here.
2 months ago. That was my first.
Insane. Day. Yeah. That night.
That's right. No, it was that morning. So
it was the day after. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's right.
Man, I've been hanging out a lot.
Having fun, man.
That's right.
Update. Did you update the people?
No.
Hit it.
What?
2 days ago. Monday was your first day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Got a full extensive commute. A lot of Hawkeyes in there.
Let's go.
A lot of Hawkeyes in the office running around. Gotta love it. Also, we got to start pushing the draft Tory Taylor trend.
Yeah.
We got to buckle down for draft season here, and he's going to get drafted, whether people like it or not.
We also need to drop merch.
Yes. Yep.
We need to talk with. We need to talk with the people that we usually talk with and figure out what the hell's going on.
Yep. All right, we'll get on that. Well, maybe we're working on some draft Tory Taylor merch, so you guys listeners, you can all hop on, and support Tory Taylor. Draft day comes around, you're wearing the sickest shirt. Everyone's gonna be like, "Wow, I hope he gets drafted," just because of what's on your clothing. So that's pretty cool. Cooper DeJean as well. He's a no doubter, first rounder, stud. Combine's coming up. What do you think, Tory? Does Tory run the 40-yard dash?
No, there's not. I pray he doesn't. I've seen him run like a 20-yard dash. It's Tory, I love you, but I don't want to watch that at all.
What about bench press? He's pretty big.
Yeah, Tory's pretty strong, actually. I'd love to see Tory rip some bench press. You met Charlton, his buddy.
Yes.
Jazz. He's like a hardcore lifter now. Well, I deleted my Instagram, but I follow him on Instagram. Tory needs to get some reps with him before he hits the combine, man. The guy can lift.
Guy's a stud.
Great dude. But yeah, no,
love
Tory.
That guy.
Like, and Coop's not running the 40, right?
He's not doing the combine.
I love that move.
Yeah, that's awesome. He's a no doubt first rounder, dude. If the Lions got him and they had Campbell, DeJean,
if the Lions got him, I would lose it.
Sam,
it'd be insane. We need a DB. Like, we need DBs in general.
I'd almost be tempted to ditch the Bears and go to the Lions.
You should. Is the combine coming up soon?
Well, if Tory's leaving tomorrow.
I'm looking it up real quick.
That's awesome.
Shit. Oh, it starts February. It started already.
Oh.
It's Monday, February 26th through Monday, March 4th.
Oh.
Oh, so he's probably like doing stuff. Yeah, because Tyrone's story, he was at the combine.
All right. So once Tory goes through the combine, we'll have him back on. maybe start pushing some draft Tory Taylor merch your guys' way. But I think other than that, enjoy this interview with Sam LaPorta. Man, I forgot to ask him how they emphasize the T so hard on his name.
They emphasize the G in Lagoda pretty heavy.
That's right, Sam Lagoda. All right, here's Sam LaPorta. All right, we have number 1 tight end in the world, Sam LaPorta. Sam, it's been a while. I mean, you're an enormous figure in America now.
It has. It's been quite a while. It's been too long. I'm sorry. That's partially on me. So I'll take the blame for that.
Been doing incredible work.
What does it feel like to know that last time you were on this pod, it was like was it just going into the season? Had it just started? What was it?
I don't even know. I couldn't tell you.
Now you are the best tight end in the NFL. And I will take it to the fucking grave. Sam Lagoda. I know you dude, I will actually. So yeah, because I was still I was in Charleston when the we had a fantasy league in my old job in Charleston.
Yeah,
and my owner of my company asked me, he's like, "Who should I draft?" And it was like, I'm like, "Draft Sam." He's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Absolutely." After the league, he came up to me. He goes, "You gave me the greatest draft pick I've ever had in fantasy football." I'm like, "Damn right I did."
Yes, sir. There you go. There you go.
Damn.
Appreciate it.
I had you in 4 leagues, but wait, do you get like crazy DMs about fantasy?
Yeah. So I hadn't really paid attention to too many of my DMs, and I had unfortunately looked before our Monday night game. So obviously we're the last game of the week and like your people's last hopes. And I saw like 3 funny DMs like, "Please, like I need like 39 points tonight." I'm like, dude, I'm like, that's almost impossible. But like, of course I don't respond either. But I'm like, sometimes I see those weird DMs. And I'm just like, yeah, like I don't know, maybe you shouldn't have bet so much on that game or relied on me for 48 fantasy points on a Monday night. So I don't know if we're gonna get that done, brother.
Sam, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I've ever told you this. Forrest, you're gonna have to bleep this out. Like, you can keep the story and bleep out what I'm saying. Some kid DM me after I muffed the putt against Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Said, "You stupid motherfucking pussy bitch. You lost me $60, you piece of shit." And I'm like, did he bet money on me muffing a punt?
Yeah, like wait. Was Max Cooper going to go in as our backup punt returner and catch all the punts? Is that the bet that was placed? Or
wow. But yeah, crazy DMs. I just slipped that in there because I can't imagine yours. Like, I cannot imagine yours.
Fortunately, most people praise me.
I was going to say, you probably have
not like too many, like you're the worst, like along those lines. But
yeah, dude. I mean,
how often do you remind Goff that he's second in the record books at his high school?
I think that I've heard him talk about it like once or twice. Like we had joked about. I don't know if I've ever slipped it into him. Like, "Oh, hey, Spencer Petras broke all your records at high school." He's like, well, Jared's got a lot of stuff going on for him in his life, so I don't know if he really hangs his hat on the high school record book at Miriam Catholic.
Yeah.
But
that would be a great little, if he like overthrew a ball, you could just like walk past him and be like, "Spence would have made that."
Spence would have made that throw. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, Jared.
That's all you gotta say. So
last time you're on, it was right before the season because it was Lions. We're on Hard Knocks.
Okay.
We were talking about Dan Campbell with you way before our Lions were even in the picture.
Way before.
Is he like, as a fan, he looks like the best coach on the face of the planet to play for. What is he just insane?
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of really redeeming qualities about Coach Campbell starting with like his conviction and like in his vision. he knows if we operate a certain way that the results will sort of follow. And it's really his conviction, his vision, his attitude, how he approaches things. It's always like you're approached with the wall, like, what are you going to do? Go around it, go over it. Dan Campbell is probably going to tell you to go right through that, like bleep and bleep, you know, like that sort of thing. So he's phenomenal to play under. And he actually has a lot more moments where he's very chill and level-headed compared to what you see in like the locker room or in media. So you have a lot of normal conversations with Dan before you have that one really fiery one that sticks with you.
So, sorry, Forrester.
Does Campbell still think the tight ends are coddled? Because Dan was a tight end in college.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's always given me like little pointers and such, but obviously he has a very broad vision in terms of the team, so he can't always watch our drills or comment on the coaching details. But we have a lot of eyes on the tight ends, which is a good thing, and sometimes it stings too.
That's tough.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you guys had a hell of a season. It was fucking electric to watch you guys. Especially, my parents were on the field at the home game against the Bucks. And
really?
Yeah, they were. My dad got tickets like for his job.
Okay.
And they're in a suite, but they were sending me pictures and it looked absurd.
Yeah.
What was the atmosphere like? And then we'll go from there because I have more questions off this.
To be honest with you, the atmosphere all season was really incredible. The fans really rallied around us. I think it was one because of the drought with Lions football, that it had been 30 years since we clinched the NFC North, since the playoffs, blah, blah, blah. You could list all the boxes that we didn't check off for so long. So the fans were really just craving that, and their attitude surrounding the team and going to Ford Field and just packing the stadiums. It was phenomenal to be a part of. So, of course, that playoff game, we took that up another little notch. I always comment, like, for home games, we get to sit on the bench and obviously watch the defense. So I just like look up at the Jumbotron and, I just see the decibel level like creep up. It's like third down. It's like 120 on the Jumbotron. And just like, I'm trying to talk to somebody next to me. You can't even hear them on the bench. So it was just phenomenal all season long.
Dude, I will say the cool thing. So, like, my whole life, I said I was a Lions fan because my whole family's from Detroit.
Right.
Granted, I was also a humongous bandwagon fan. But, like, I would wear Detroit stuff. I had, like, a Stitch Calvin Johnson jersey. Lived in the Midwest my whole life. Until probably a week or two after that, you guys lost to the Niners. I have had probably I have a Lions sweatshirt, like 5 or 6 people like yell across the street, "Go Lions" in Chicago.
Yeah.
I have never in my lifetime heard anyone say that, including living in Michigan.
Right.
So
I think
like, it got the hype so much behind it. It's unreal.
Yeah. It really reached a national level, which, going back to Dan can't stand that. He's like, all these people are hopping on the bandwagon. They weren't rooting for us when we were 0-10 and we had our backs against the wall. Like, I was really fortunate that I came into the organization and we had the success that we had in my first year. But, talking to the guys like St. Brown, like Panay Sewell, like, they're like, yeah, man, you're 0-10. Like, your first year in the league, you're just trying to figure it out. Like, you're not winning games. You come from winning programs in college. He's like, it's just a big whirlwind. And to think about that's like the context that I came into with my first season, that, we reached the NFC Championship game, and 2 years ago, they only won a handful of games. It was just like, what a story for Dan and the Lions and just turning the organization around.
Yeah. It's unbelievable, dude.
Lions are back on the map.
Yeah, we like to think so. Hopefully we sustain it too for a long time, not just like one and done thing where it's like, oh, the Lions like had that 1 year, and they went back to that. So we're going to sustain it.
It
How
seems like
bad?
you get the culture down right now. It feels like.
What about the culture?
It feels like the culture is pretty damn good.
Yeah, I mean, the type of people that we're bringing in terms of players and coaches, I think everybody has the same mindset. And we may not always have the most talented players, and that's not a knock on the guys that we have in our building, because everybody at the NFL, everyone's extremely talented, but of course you have those big names. And I don't think you won't see many divas go through like the Lions building or hear of like stories of such and such going on where just the Lions aren't going to put up with that shit, and they're not going to bring those type of people into the organization because they know better.
Come on, baby.
Come on.
Come on.
Kind of reminds me of another program.
Hey, come on.
Come on.
I hate to bring this up. This is the only time I'll ask you about this. But so what was the locker room like after the Niners game?
Yeah.
Was it one of those things where it was like, they outplayed us, or was it like we should have won that game? Too many mistakes.
A little bit of both, because obviously the Niners were a great team and they fell just a little bit short in that final game. But, we also felt like we had the game and we definitely had the momentum. And it sucks that we didn't execute when it was really crunch time. I mean, that's what it came down to. Personally, like I dropped the ball on like a 2nd and long, like moved the chains. We could have got some momentum. So it stinks when, you feel like you had the game in your hands and you let it slip away, but certainly something to learn from. And obviously the locker room after the game, it just sucks because it's not the same team every year. It's similar to college, guys graduate, guys transfer now a lot. So, we won't be able to sign some guys that we had this year, next year, and we'll get new guys. It'll be great, but it certainly stunk. It hurts real bad,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what next year's for. You come back, win the whole thing, baby.
That's right.
So wait, what was it like? So playing against TJ.
Yep.
And then Kittle. Because you were teammates with TJ for a little bit. You never were teammates with Kittle.
No, I missed out on TJ.
Did you? Oh my gosh.
I'm young, man.
Oh, that's cooler then. So what was it like playing against both of those guys?
Yeah, it was really good. I didn't get to see TJ after the Vikings game, unfortunately, because he hurt his knee that game. Right. But it was really cool to just see them and their success. And you look on the weight room wall at Iowa and you see their Pro Bowl jerseys hanging up, and I'm always like, man, just admiring them from afar. And then like last April before the draft, I spent a little time down at George's ranch and trained with George, TJ, Rob Tunyon, Oren Burks, Trent Taylor, like a couple of guys. It was just cool to operate around those guys too. That like they were on a different level now, and now I've reached them at that level, and it's cool to learn from them and just spend time with them and just appreciate what they've done.
That's elite.
Yeah, really cool.
How cool is it now? Like going to Iowa, now NFL, like after the game. Well, you guys played the Broncos. You probably saw like Moss after the game.
Yeah.
Went up against Josie Jewell. Didn't you have a touchdown on him?
Yeah, I had a nice play on Josie. That was
Iowa on Iowa crime.
Hawks on Hawks. I hate to see it happen, but it's really cool to see like guys that you've played with, or even guys that you played against in the Big Ten after games, and just catch up with those guys. I see Leo Chanel, and I could go through a handful of guys. The kid from Purdue that's on the Chiefs now, George Karlaftis. You just see all these guys around the league, and it's cool. The same thing, the admiration from afar. Like we played each other I played Purdue, I played Nebraska's, I played Wisconsin's, and now we see each other at the highest level. So it's really cool to catch up with those guys, and especially cool to catch up with like the former Iowa guys.
Yeah, that's
so
sweet. That's that's wild, man. I can't imagine seeing the dirt man after a game.
Yeah, Riley's just smiling from ear to ear. Of course.
Yeah.
Oh, like you speaking gibberish at me, like what's new? You shouldn't have gotten on that one. Blah blah blah. I was like, yeah, like, what? Like, what are you talking about?
Was Wirfs was there too, right? When you guys played the Bucks.
Yeah, we played Tristan twice because we played them week 6 down in Tampa.
Is there any guy that's like you're in the league? Is there anyone that you see is Wirfs? I mean, Grant, you played with Wirfs, but is there anyone that you see where you're like, I still can't believe this guy is either a huge. Actually, no. We'll start with this. Who is someone that you saw where you're like, holy shit, this guy is humongous?
Probably, I'd say like Trent Williams. I wasn't on the field with Trent Williams, but I saw him from the sideline, and I was like, wow, that is a ginormous human being.
Move too, dude.
Yeah, and he can move really well.
How about any Matt?
There's just guys week in and week out, like guys I go against on the D line, like I saw Montez Sweat at the Pro Bowl, and I was giving him grief because I was like, dude, like, you're made in the lab, bro. Like, and I'm out here trying to block you. Like, he's 6'6", he's just jacked with long arms. And I'm just like, wow, that's crazy.
We were literally just talking easily about that. I don't know if it was last week or 2 weeks. And like when we saw him in college, I don't think you're on the team yet.
No.
Yeah,
I
that was the first time where I was like, that guy is the world's biggest human.
Yeah, that guy is scary.
It's unbelievable. But, did you ever go up against like who's a linebacker for the Niners?
Not Fred Warner.
Yeah, did Warner match up against you ever?
Yeah, a little bit. Not a whole lot, but a little bit.
Hey, what's the difference you think between, obviously money is one of them, but NFL and college? We had Wirfs on, or who what? Yeah, but when Wirfs came on last week, he's like, it's just different. Like, you guys don't hang out or anything. Is it kind of crazy?
Not a whole. You don't hang out with the guys a whole lot, only because you're already at the facility so much. Like, you're in the building 10, 12 hours a day. By the time you get out, you're just like, dude, I can't see you again the rest of the, like, we can't just go like get dinner and like go get a pizza and catch up. Like, I was with you literally all day. So obviously there's a lot of great guys that you could do that with, but it's just a lot of the time you just want to go home.
Is it weird having teammates where like instead of like, oh, it's like this is my good friend who's like my age, whereas like you can be on a team with a guy who's like 12 years older than you and has a full family with 5 kids.
Yeah.
Like, is that wild?
Yeah, that's so wild. So we our long snapper, Scott Daly, he got hurt in the middle of the season, and we signed a guy named Jake McQuaid, who was in year 12 or 13. And McQuaid did 5 years with the St. Louis Rams, went 5 years out to LA with the LA Rams. And then I think he was with Dallas the last 2 years. I think that sounds right. Or last year, maybe. So this would have been year 12 or 13 for him. And locker right next to mine when he got signed. And it was just like the funniest thing. McQuaid's got 4 kids, I believe. He's 36 years old. And it's just like, we are in such different stages of life when you really think about it. But we're both like just working in the same organization. It's so funny to think about.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Hey, is Soldier Field just a dump? I've always wondered that for a player. I was at that game. We were in the corner of the end zone.
It's kind of odd. It's just, it seems very historic in some sense, but then like it also kind of looks like a spaceship. Does that make sense? Like there's like a lot of like new like glass features and like like the press boxes and stuff, but it's also like very historic looking. Just an odd stadium, generally speaking.
They like kept the old shell of it, which
Yes.
you're right, it was historic, and then they built just boxes. Nothing
Yeah,
else,
it's
just
like
boxes.
what are you doing? But who knows? But
Sam, is it weird? Is it weird looking like because when's Pro Day? Pro Day's coming up soon, right?
Pro Day's mid-March.
It's soon.
Yeah, it's like mid-March.
Is it weird like knowing like you were there, you were in those guys' shoes, you had no idea where you're going, and now you're on a team, you're set, and you're watching guys thinking, "Oh, that'd be cool if this guy was on our team."
Yeah, definitely both of those things. Like last year at this time, it's a really stressful time for guys in that position right now. Like you want to go ball out at the combine, you want to go crush all of your interviews just to set yourself up for success with any team that's even hardly looking at you. And then of course now I'm like, yeah, it would be great to have Cooper DeJean. It'd be great to have Eric All in the tight end room, just like go down the list. So I totally understand the position that they're in. They're feeling so lost in the sense that they could end up in 30 different cities all across the U.S. playing for the 32 teams. It's just like, oh my gosh, just so overwhelming.
When you were done, were you like, when everything was done and you were done with the combine?
Yeah.
Were you like, I think I'm going to go to Detroit?
I wasn't.
Like, was that
not really? No.
Like, I think if anyone out of these guys are going to pick me, it's going to be them first.
No, I didn't think I was.
Really?
I wasn't exactly sure where I was going, but I wasn't totally like zoned in on Detroit. It's also weird because like you can't really memorize everybody's draft picks. I was pretty sure I was going to go like second to third round. So somewhere on the second day of the draft. And you're like, the Packers have a pick somewhere in the 40s. Like they traded all their tight ends away. Like that could be a good fit. Like I interviewed with the Packers. Like the Dolphins have pick 51. Like they traded away Mike Gesicki. Like maybe down there. Like I talked to the Bengals. You know, like you go down the list and you look at their picks. Like yeah, maybe I'll still be on the board. That like who knows? So I was not keyed in on Detroit like 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the weirdest interview question you got?
I don't know. I feel like I had pretty standard interview questions, but you've always heard the stories like, if you're an animal, what animal would you be? And people are like, dude, I don't know. Like, when are you going to go back to your psychology department? And like, he said he's going to be like a gorilla or a rhino or a lion or a tiger. It's like, I heard like guys tell me those stories. I'm like, that was pretty odd, but no, I don't think I got those questions.
Dude, so go ahead, Forster.
That was like, remember when Jameis Winston went on ESPN when he was about to get drafted, and John Harbaugh was like, so you're a sex addict? You like sex? It's like, what is going on?
They said that to him?
Yes, on ESPN.
Oh my god!
ESPN needs to spice it up somehow.
Yeah, there you go. He's like, yes, no, maybe.
So, who's the coolest person that's like come in the facility that's like? Did you meet Eminem?
No, I never met Eminem.
So you met? I'm assuming you met Barry Sanders.
Yeah, I don't think I have met Barry. Actually, I see him on the sideline. I see him on the sideline at all the games, but I've just never like built up the courage to approach him. But I will. So I'll tell you this story. It's like the middle of training camp, and I go to our training room to get a pair of cutters to cut my ankle tape off. And it's right after practice, and I'm like soaked in sweat. I took my shirt off, just hop in the training room real quick. So like I'm just in my football pants and like my pads, of course, but like no shirt and no cleats on, just my socks and my ankle tape. And I turn the corner, and literally like a foot away from my face, I almost run into Calvin Johnson.
Oh, that's sick.
And he looks at me and goes, "Nice to meet you. I'm Calvin," and just sticks his hand out. And I was like, that is like the weirdest interaction to me because I grew up watching him as like, dude, that's Megatron, like.
That is nuts.
Isn't that the craziest story? I like turn the corner, I'm like, "Hey, Calvin, nice to meet you. I'm Sam." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I know who you are." I'm like, "Yeah, cool, man. Like, nice to meet you."
Dude.
And I was just like, "I'm gonna go grab my cutters now." Like, it was the weirdest thing. But yeah, so like I met Calvin, and that was like, whoa, like that was a really cool interaction.
Dude, that's.
And also, I was just in my socks and my ankle tape, and he had shoes on, and he was a good like 3 inches above me. Like he's got to be every bit of 6'6", and he had shoes on. So I'm like, I felt like a little kid looking up at Calvin Johnson. It was crazy.
Sweet.
His hand's just the size of that mirror next to you.
Yeah, just swallowed my hand. It was like, oh my gosh.
Dude, so do you guys go to like Red Wings games or like Tiger? Well, the Tigers suck, but Red Wings, dude, the Red Wings are kind of sick.
Yeah, the Red Wings are good. We went to a game in December.
I saw you. There's a picture of you talking to three of
Mo.
That is so funny. The caption, "Go easy on the Blues."
They put me on blast.
That was awesome.
They put me on blast for that one, but yeah,
Dude,
you gotta plug that picture in the middle of this interview. So good. I had to say it to him too. I was like, I used to be a Blues fan. I'm gonna root for you guys now, but like they're like, and then what? The Blues got beat like 4-1, 6-1. Yeah, not a good look for those St. Louis Blues. But
dude, Patty Kane's back, baby.
I know. It's hard to root for him too, as like a former Blues fan, and now he's just cooking for the Red Wings. I'm like, all right, like.
Dude, the fact that he in his return to Chicago scored the OT game winner to win.
Yeah,
that was. I wanted to buy a Patrick Kane jersey on the spot, a Detroit Red Wings one, and just run around Chicago.
Yeah, just for that.
Yeah, it was electric.
The Blues have like the coolest cup of the century, though, coming back. They're the worst team that year.
Yeah, that was a legendary story. Absolutely legendary.
Man, that was awesome.
Yeah.
So, off season, you're in San Diego, loving life. Dude, isn't the weather pretty insane there?
People keep mentioning it's like Groundhog's Day, where you wake up, the sun's out, and it's 65 or like in between 65 and 70 degrees. And that's
every day is like
almost what it's been like every single day here. It's kind of crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah,
it is
beautiful.
Have you been to Coronado Island yet?
I literally went today.
Dude, isn't it sick?
So cool.
Oh my gosh.
Beautiful.
So sick. Did you go to is that where you got dinner? Or no, it's today. You went today.
Yeah.
Did you go to Hotel Del?
Yeah. That's where we had lunch, and it was just like the mountains on one side, like the beach is in front of you. Yeah, beautiful. Unreal.
That whole stretch is like you're in Top Gun.
Yeah. And then there's the base like over in the mountains. Yeah. They like a couple of big jets like, oh geez, I didn't know I could do that.
That's weird. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But like there was like jets flying in on like the other side of the island. I'm like, whoa, that is wicked.
It's pretty cool. That area is cool. A little better than Detroit. But yeah.
Hey, how often do you talk to like Luke and them?
Maybe not as often as I'd like. Just tough, but probably once every couple weeks, once a month, maybe. I'll call Luke or just see what he's up to on a random weekend.
It's fun because we like to push out propaganda that you guys make it very easy that it just becomes a reality, but that you're the best tight end in the NFL and he's the best tight end in college. So, when you put on seasons like this, you make our job pretty easy as podcasters.
You're like, put out the content right now. Put it out.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Wait, he scored anyways.
And Eric Gall too. I'm excited for Eric coming out this year. I think he'll make a team really happy.
Were you at tight end?
His knee though.
I know that was.
Gosh,
I was at that game, and right away we were sitting next to his dad, and he just looked up and goes, "Yeah, I tore it."
Oh man, that's brutal, dude. I feel
so
terrible
tough.
for him.
He was having a great season.
Yeah, he really was. I think he'll still do well in the draft, just with the Iowa stamp on top of it for his last year.
Right, baby.
He's next.
Yeah,
approval.
That's right.
Every year, you guys are just going to keep leapfrogging Kelsey and just drop him out of the top 5.
Dude, the only Iowa guys are left.
What's tight end you like?
Tight end you is sweet. I had just wrapped up OTAs, and I went straight down to Nashville for tight end U. And there's just so many characters down there, and again, like the guys you've admired from afar. So like you meet Gronk for the first time, you meet Travis Kelce for the first time, you hang out with all these guys, and it's just it's hard to describe, really.
Yeah, pretty wild.
Yeah,
that's nuts.
Yeah.
Did you see? You weren't teammates with Dom Daphne, were you?
No, I think I missed him by a year too, but I hung out with Dom down there. Yeah,
he's good, dude.
Great dude.
Good shiz. We still have yet to get him on the pod. He gets really mad about that.
Well, what? You're not inviting him on the pod or what?
I invited him, and he just screwed me over. Actually, I think he just couldn't do it, and I just didn't invite him after that, and he got mad.
I think the Wrigley game we made a lot of empty promises when we were at Old Crow. It was like Dom, Easley. We finally had Easley on.
Yeah. That was
a lot of empty promises.
Yeah, you're just like, you gotta come on. And then you never sent him the invite.
Way to go. That's always anytime people see me and Forrester together, they're always like, "When am I coming on the pod?" We're like, Tuesday.
Yeah. Tuesday, 5:00. Put it in your calendar right now.
Dude, literally, easily DM Forrester sent a picture of me off the account to like Easily. And he usually said, "When am I getting on the pod?" And it's like 11:30 at night. We were out. And he goes, 7:30 p.m. Tuesday. And Nick's like, in. And then Forrester texts me the next day and he's like, "Yeah, I guess we have Nick on Tuesday."
Yeah, perfect.
All right.
There you go.
Same bar this Saturday. We're like, you know what? You should text Sam. See what he's up to Tuesday.
Yep.
That's where you guys meet your business decisions. You're about 5 beers in. You're just like, who are we going to get on the pod for Tuesday night? Send him a text. Yes, him.
Yeah. It is.
Damn, yes. That's how it goes down each week.
Yeah, we're not the best planners with it, but
no.
Once Saturday rolls around, beer does the thinking for us.
That's right.
That's it. Hey, at what point in the season, though, were you like, or last time you came on, you gave us your like welcome to college moment?
Yep.
When Wirfs knocked out DJ Johnson. We asked him about that last week.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
That's still such a good story looking back. But
unbelievable. Did you have a welcome to the NFL moment?
I don't know, dude. I feel like, I hate to say it, but I feel like you almost have a welcome to the NFL moment like once a week in the league where you're either just like getting your butt kicked or as a rookie, you just get made fun of, or it is what it is.
What did you have to do for the rookie, that they made?
Yeah.
Insane. What did you do?
That's like the most notable welcome to the NFL moment as a rookie, like your rookie skit. So my rookie skit, I did, I sang All Summer Long by Kid Rock.
Wow, let's fucking go.
Yeah. I thought it fit well too, because like summertime in northern Michigan, it was like middle of training camp. So that was kind of my context there.
Were people like into it, or was it like just kind of like a?
Yeah, like I sang it up until the first chorus, like singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. So like the first 45 seconds of the song. Like not many people were singing along. I was kind of just embarrassing myself. But like when I got to the chorus, like some people kind of like joined along, and then I wrapped it up pretty good. Like people were cheering for me, like, okay, Sam. Like
That's sweet.
Like I was high-fiving Brad and Dan walking off like the front of the team room. Like I was like, you like that shit? Like, yeah, all right. Like it went pretty well. It went pretty well. I was super nervous for it because I was like, I feel like that's a defining moment. But in reality, I did it and like nobody cared. Like within 30 seconds of me completing it. So
they're like, who's next?
Yeah.
Only
like,
reason,
get somebody else.
Only reason I think Aiden Hutchinson's cool is his Michael Jackson on Hard Knocks.
Yeah, Billie Jean.
Oh, that was awesome. And the one guy throws his shirt, right? And somebody grabbed it out of midair. That was an unbelievable moment.
Yeah.
That was pretty nuts. Dude, yeah, that looked
Yeah. Oh, I was so nervous for that.
Hey, another question. You have now been enshrined in the Sam LaPorta, Iowa on Sunday Night Football. Have you seen? Oh, yeah.
Oh, like it came up with like my like Sam LaPorta, Iowa. Like that's what you're talking about. Okay. That's kind of
somebody has been he has a compilation video. I think originally he did every single one of Brian Bulaga's because he did it the same every single time he played on Sunday Night Football.
Okay.
It's incredible. But now he also has one of just every Iowa player. But it's awesome. So
yeah, I didn't know that.
I think that's a big deal now if you can be enshrined in the your first name, last name, Iowa.
I like that. Yeah.
Just classic.
You filmed that at the beginning of the season, and that's kind of another funny story, but I was growing like a terribly cheesy mustache.
Dude. I was gonna ask you about that actually.
I was growing out my mustache, or as best as I could grow out my mustache during OTAs. I think we do like the media day, and somebody mentioned to me in the locker room, like, "Oh, I can't believe you're keeping your mustache for media day." I was like, "What do you like? They're just gonna like reporters are gonna come in and talk to us, right?" They're like, "No, dude, like we're doing our photo shoots today." I was like, "What? Wait a second, we're doing photo shoots today?" So for like all my Jumbotron animations where I'm like, like trying to pump up the crowd, or like the Sam LaPorta, Iowa for Sunday Night Football, like all of that was with my terrible mustache. And then I have that like Fox Sports icon based off of that media.
That's like the cartoon version, right?
Yeah, like the cartoon version of me. It's like I'm like
unreal,
like my mustache, so bad. I don't know if I'll have that next year, but
every year for media days.
Every year for media day. Hopefully I play for a decade, and when I'm 32, I can actually grow like a really solid mustache. But or I'll just like dye it or something, like dye it.
Or you like to do some lamb chops or something. Just spicy.
I don't know about lamb.
Or a little Fu Man.
Little Fu Manchus.
Every year it gets a little longer. The mustache.
Till it gets a goatee, or let's grow it out.
That'd be pretty sick.
All right, I'll consider that.
You should. 100%.
I love it. All right. Well, Coop, you got anything else, brother?
Samuel, pleasure.
Sam, it's always a pleasure. We've been rooting for you
that.
all season, man. It's a lot of fun watching you.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me on for the second time. In the near future, will be 3 times as the charm. So I'll be back. I'll be back if you had me. If you send me another text on a Saturday night saying I'm on for Tuesday.
You got to be on your phone at all times now. Saturday.
Yeah.
That's Tuesday at 7:00. You're on, Sam. I'm like,
that's the call up. It's just Saturday night. You just got a 3-hour span. And if you don't get a text, you got to wait till next week.
Yeah, that's right. Wait till next week. Then you might get it then.
That's awesome. Love it. Thanks, Sammy.
I appreciate you guys.